Hey, he's back. Good morning, everybody. In love. Hey, good morning. Just waiting on YouTube to load up here. Hey, good morning, Instagram again. Hope you're here. Thanks for being here. Good morning, VIPers. Good to see everybody here. And let's get this, make sure I got this muted. Hey, we're going to fix some. Hey, he's back. There we go. All right, where's the music at? That always seems to get a little lost. There it is. All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to this Friday episode, 1452, 1452. Hey, let's fix some things. Let's put some things back in order. Let's put some things back into its correct place. And the part that needs to be fixed is this. Ready? Ready? You want to hear the part that's the most important thing to fix? I don't want everybody to know it. You're not broken. There's nothing to fix. You're not broken. It's called personal undevelopment. It's this idea that these stories that were piled upon you, these old beliefs that were piled upon you, how many of the things do you truly believe were your decision? Probably very little. Did you choose to speak your language? Did you choose to have your accent? Did you choose? Listen, your hair, that was kind of chosen for you. That's called DNA. Your height, that was how many of you have a birthmark that your parents have? How many of you have a birthmark? Drop a B in the chat if you got a birthmark that maybe one of your parents have. That kind of wasn't your choice. That was already chosen for you. That was something that was done for you. That's called genetics. Here's the thing. The thing about genetics is what they're finding is that there's certain genes, you ready for this? There's certain genes that you can turn on that will make you smarter. What? There's a certain set of genes that when you access them, they make you happier. There's a certain set of genes that when you access them and you turn them on and you use them all the time, you become a little bit more of a pain in the butt. How many of you know somebody that's a PB, not peanut butter, a pain in the butt, that you would like their genes to be turned off? Drop a PB in the chat. If you know somebody who's a pain in the butt, that, man, how do I find those genes? Where's the switch for that? I'll tell you where the switch is here in just a moment. Not just yet, just in just a moment. So good morning, everybody. My name is Sean Murphy. I'm an international speaker trainer, 5-time #1 best-selling author. I help you unlock your unconsciousness. I help you unlock the consciousness that you've been striving for, you've been wanting to use to serve your family. How many of you have a goal that would, if you achieved your goal, your family would benefit? Drop an F in the chat. Drop an F in the chat. If you have something that if you achieve this goal, if you achieve this success, your family would benefit. So if you've got a goal, whether your family would benefit, wouldn't you like to turn on those genes? And they're not Jordache genes, right? How many of you just heard that little joke? They're not Jordache. I found these at a yard sale. They're Jordache. They're not those kinds of genes. So what I'm asking you is how many of you listen. This is shh. Come on. How many of you would like to turn on your money gene? There's a money gene. Oh, there's a money gene. There is a money gene. Listen, if you can have a pain in the ass gene, if you can be a pain in the ass and you can have a PIN, a pin gene, a pain in, a pithinin, you can turn on the money gene. Here's what, but it's not the money gene. Come here. You know it's not the money gene, right? What gene is it? Somebody type in the chat. What gene do we have to turn on? There's not the money gene. You look 10 years younger. Well, I appreciate that. It's the cool jacket. It's my son's jacket, so it makes me look cool. It's the Hard Rock Cafe. Where's this from? This was from Acapulco. Acapulco. I don't know if there's a song with that. I'm sure there is. Yes, Paul Vanderven even said gratitude. The gratitude gene. Do you realize if you turn on, listen, go to gratitudewithdanny.com, gratitudewithdanny, DANI.com. I think until the end of the 24th, she has the ability for you to have lifetime access to her trainings and programs that she's now done for 3 years. And she's helped people heal themselves. She didn't do it. She's not a physician. She's not a soothsayer. She helped people heal themselves. She helped people achieve their financial. She helped people with their, and it's not that she did it. She's just a good guide. She's the DG, the dangerous gratitude guide, because this gratitude gene. Listen, on the slide behind me, on the on YouTube and in on the slide behind me, right? The virtual slide. There we go. It asks, do you use your brain for business? Drop a B in the chat if you use your brain for business. Drop a R in the chat if you use your brain for relationships. Drop an F in the chat if you use your brain for family. Why are you focusing on 75 different things when the one thing that is controlling all of the things is your brain? It's your brain you need to work on, not your scripts. The reason you want scripts is so that you can know what to say, so that you think you can have a trigger and a connection with somebody else. Do you realize how many of you know of a personal space? How many of you know personal space? Drop PS in the chat. Personal space, how far is it? For those of my international friends, you can put it in meters. So how far is it? How big is a personal space? How big is a personal space? Typically, it's how big. I'm getting hot. I'm getting excited. I'm getting fired up. Hang on. I'm going to see if I still look young, right? Because I don't have my jacket, my cool jacket on. It's about 3 feet. Personal space is about 3 feet. You ready for this? You ready for this? Y'all ready for this? You ready? Here we go. Ooh, let me slide back in. Here we go. Personal space is about 3 feet. Right? What do we have? What's the rule we have in network marketing? What's the rule we have in network marketing? The 3-foot rule. I use the 3-foot rule. I talk to anybody within 3 feet. How big is your heart space? What's the diameter of your heart space? How big is your heart space? Somebody tell me, how big is your heart space? How big is your heart space? Well, yes, but there's an actual field that they can measure. Think about this. There's an actual field they could measure. 10 feet, 10 feet. Do you know, listen, God's pretty amazing. I got to say, God's pretty amazing. So here's a question for you. If your personal space, your conscious space is 3 feet, wouldn't you make your unconscious space protected by your consciousness? Ooh, wait, what? Let me say that again. Yeah. Don't you think that your unconscious space, the part of you that is designed to protect you, that's designed to operate at a subconscious, the habitual thinking, wouldn't you think that your consciousness should be able to have the wall around your unconscious, that innermost, deepest part of you, to protect you and save you and keep you safe from this world of crazy people like Sean Murphy? That's me. No. God says, I need you to know people. I need you to pour your love into it. That's why you can walk by somebody and you can feel their joy. Somebody walks into a room. Ooh, what's that? Not only do they look hot, right? If I walked into the room, you'd go, ooh, who's that? Oh. But you know when they walk into a room. And then there's other people you know when they walk into a room. See, your heart space is 10 feet. The gene that you might want to turn on is receiving that energy from those around you. And when you sit in your gratitude, when you turn on your gratitude gene, gratitudewithdanny.com, I promise you it'll change your world. It's changed mine, and I do this for a living. I do this for joying. And she's changed my world. She's enhanced my world. She's given me more of the things I want and less of the things I don't. She didn't do it. I did it. She's a good guide. She holds you accountable. If you want to be held accountable, don't ask her to take you on the awareness journey. That will mess with your day in a good way. So, what do we need to turn on? Today's Friday. How many of you are waiting for the weekend? How many of you, oh man, Friday, thank God, I'm waiting for the weekend. No, don't wait for the weekend. Listen, don't wait for the weekend. Don't wait for the weekend because many of you are spelling it W-E-A-K-E-N-D. Too many of you are spelling it W-E-A-K-E-N-D, not W-E-E-K. When did I didn't know we were doing vocabulary. When were we doing vocabulary? I never did well in vocabulary. It's W-E-A-K. No, it's not. It needs to be it needs to be weak mend. It needs to be strong end. So how do we turn on our genes of success? First one on top of the switch. See, too many of us are trying to go from the bottom and work up. My mentor, one of my mentors, Kyle Wilson. You may not know Kyle Wilson, but maybe you know his business partner for 18 years. His business partner for 18 years was Jim Rohn. He was the president of Jim Rohn International, an absolutely incredible marketer, an amazing superhuman being, the behind the scenes guy. The reason that if you weren't in Herbalife, you'd have never known about Jim Rohn. Kyle Wilson took Jim Rohn to the world. That's how he took Jim Rohn, and he helped Mark Victor Hansen, and he helped Dennis Waitley. All of these people. He brought all of these people together on stage with Jim Rohn. So Kyle says, you've got to find your secret sauce. You got to find your secret sauce. And your secret sauce is you finding the one thing. Here's the thing. Listen carefully. You may want to write this down. You may want to find the one thing. It's called the domino that knocks all the others over. So many of you are chasing cats. I got to learn about they just changed the algorithm in Instagram. They just changed the algorithm on Facebook. Oh my gosh, now I got to learn Snapchat. Oh, what is this? ChatGPT. Oh my gosh, what do I do with ChatGPT? Oh my, and now they got syllabi, OI, and they got this OI, and they got that OI, and they got OI. Off to work I go. All of it. Listen carefully. Works with gratitudewithdanny.com. Go to gratitudewithdanny.com if you want to make it all work. Here's why. And I know she's like, why do you put all the pressure on me? It's about you accessing your gratitude. See, all of this is available. What I teach is available. Google it. The challenge is here's why I can give you everything I got. Here's why I can give you everything I got. You know why I can give you everything I got? Because you ain't got me. I can give you all my stuff. I give you all the stuff. And that's what happens when you listen carefully. This is what happens when you go out and have a conversation with your prospect. You go have a conversation with your prospect and you give them everything you got. Drop an E in the chat if you give them almost everything you got. If you ever go back and leave a conversation, leave a presentation, what happens is that sometimes you say, oh, I forgot that. See, you didn't give them all you got. If you say, oh, I forgot that, you didn't give them all you got. How many of you have ever said, oh, I forgot that? Drop an F in the chat if you've ever said, oh, I forgot that. See, you didn't give them all you got. Why didn't you give them all you got? Because a part of you said, if I give them all I have, what will I have left? This happens at a subconscious level. You didn't do it intentionally. That's why you get frustrated going, I would have given it to him. How many of you, the thing that you forgot, drop a G in the chat if you'd have given it to him? I'd have given it to him. I would have given it to him. If the thing that I forgot, oh man, I should have gave him this. You'd have given it to him. You'd have given him all you got. This sounds like, could we get Sesame Street here to fix all of these? I don't even know what you call it. Grammar? You'd have given him what you got. You know why you didn't give him what you got? You know why you didn't give him what you had? Because you were afraid to give it away. This is subconscious. This is why you want the weekend, so you don't have to give anymore. Ooh, wait, what? How many of you don't feel you don't have to give on the weekend because you're with your friends and they're charging you, you're charging them, you're having a beer, a beverage, a cocktail, you're watching a game, you're having a distraction. And when you have distractions, you don't have to give because you have no traction. When you have traction, you got to give all you got. You're told, give it all you got, give it all you got, give it a little bit more, give 110%. Because when you're in traction, you're giving. When you're in traction, when you're moving, when you're dug in, when you're shoulder to the ground and nose to the grindstone, or however that goes, or who knows? When you're doing all of that stuff, you're giving. And see, when you're around people you don't like to give to, when you're around a job that you feel it's taking from you, you get a little tired of giving. I need you to be real and raw with yourself right now. Drop a TG if you're just tired of giving, because I'm going to fix that. Sean's going to fix that. If you're just tired of giving, drop a TG in the chat. You ready? You ready? You want to fix the tired of giving? Do what Bob Proctor. Listen, I'm going to give you Bob Proctor, one of Bob Proctor's greatest, longest lasting trainings with me. I had Bob Proctor as a personal mentor 22 years ago. 22 years ago, Bob Proctor. I said, Bob. He said, Sean. I said, hey, well, how do I fix me? He said, fall in love with you. Now, I was 20 years earlier, 38. See, you can do the math real quick, 58. Yeah, I had to do the math. So I was 38 years old. And Bob said, fall in love with you. I said, fall in love with me? I said, I love me. He says, you don't love you. I said, what do you mean I don't love me? He says, you don't love you. Now, at the time, our house had been destroyed by hurricanes and we were homeless. And Bob's telling me, you don't love you. I go, how the hell could I love me? My house is destroyed. They condemned it. We're homeless. We got a baby. Mason's a baby. He says, I said, do you love you? He says, love me. He says, I love me. And I heard him do this over the phone. See, we didn't have Zoom back then. He goes, I go, what are you doing? He says, I'm kissing myself. I love me. So everybody right now, give yourself a kiss. How many of you feel a little uncomfortable? Kiss again. Give yourself another kiss. I love me. Turn on your love gene. You want to turn on your success gene? Fall in love with you. This is the only thing that's going to make you win is you. You have to fall in love with you. And when you fall in love with you, you turn on your gratitude. I'm grateful for this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I feel it. Drop an F in the chat if you feel something different inside your spirit, inside your body, and it's waking up. Drop an F in the chat if you go, oh, I love me. Right? If you feel it, feel that, that's you. That's the real you. That's the part of you. That's the dangerous part of you. Ooh, I'm getting excited. This is good stuff. I wish I was on that side of the screen. I'd be writing this down. You start to feel that energy. You start to feel that joy. This is your dangerous self. This is your dangerous self. See, this part of you that's dangerous doesn't really give a rat's butt about somebody else's success. It doesn't give a care about what somebody said about you yesterday in social media. It doesn't really care that somebody didn't sign up with you yesterday. Oh my gosh, you have finally fallen in love with you. I'm glad I got to witness this. I got to get my journal. Where's my journal? I got to find one of my, I got to write this down. Today, Friday, 7:58. I watched them fall in love with themselves. I watched bougie bars, something. I don't know. I can't read these names. I wish you would just use your names on social media. Anyways, so I watched Sharon fall in love with herself. I watched Christina fall in love with herself. I'm writing it down. Is that Jenna? No, that's Set Shop 23, who said I look 10 years younger. Thank you for that. You know what? Your eyes got younger. I didn't get younger. Your eyes got younger, and you just saw me younger. Are you loving this? Are you loving this? This is fun. Isn't this fun? Listen, it takes two. It takes two. More is better. It takes you to be here with me. It takes me to be here with you. I'll always be here. I'm doing my best to be here every day. But isn't this fun? Wouldn't you rather start the day like this? Wouldn't you rather feel like this going off into your morning? Wouldn't you rather have your intentions in place? Wouldn't you want to rather have the universe saying, we got to get all this shit done for them, versus you saying, I got to get all this shit done for them? Wouldn't you rather the universe go, we got a lot of stuff to get done for Bobby, Billy, Tommy, Susie? I feel like I'm in a romper room. I see Billy and Bobby and Tom. Nobody's got Billy, Bobby, and Tommy. Anybody Billy, Bobby, and Tommy on here? Oh my gosh. Do you use your brain? I don't know where my other shirt is. I had a very dear friend, Rhonda Bird Parker. I bought the shirt. She bought the shirt at the same time. And it says, and it's a little stick figure holding a brain like this and says, hey, you dropped this. I just can imagine him yelling it. Hey, you dropped this. How many of you, not only have you dropped your brain, maybe you didn't drop your brain, but you dropped your spirit. How many of you didn't drop your brain and your love, but you dropped your love for yourself? That changes today, ladies and gents. In this moment, in this week, right now, in this moment, say, I choose me. And not in an ego way. Say, I choose me. Energy going onward, Godward, and upward, Mark Victor Hansen said to me. Not ego, edging God out. Energy going onward, Godward, and upward. I love me. I choose me. I choose me. And when you choose you, oh my goodness, the choices that are available. See, many people don't even have a choice. They have a decision. They don't even have a decision. They have one option. That's not a choice. That's not a decision. When you only have one option, that you don't, and you know why you have some challenges making choices? Because you haven't had any in a cat's tail. You haven't had any in 32 full moons. You haven't had the chance to make a choice because you've only had one thing. You got to go to work. You got to work hard. You got to do the one thing. You got to go for no. You got to do the one thing. I got to grind it out. Who the frick wants to grind it out? Are you grinding? Do you feel good right now? Well, it's not that I said the grinding out and made you think a whole bunch of crap. But don't you feel better right now? This isn't the grind. The world isn't the grind. Don't get into the grind. Stay away from the grind. The grind is dangerous. The grind is manipulating. The grind makes you feel like you got to go to work hard. This isn't working hard. Do you think more people would be around you if you had your little sexy attitude? Could you imagine putting your joy in your little black dress? Could you imagine putting your joy in your specialty cowboy shirt or your black tux or your cowboy hat and you get all dressed up for your Sancy good? What the hell is going on? I think I'm having a stroke. I'm so excited. I'm having a stroke. You put on your fancy dudes goods, your good boots, your good shoes. What's causing you to get dressed up anymore? Is it a party? You know where most people are getting dressed up? You know where most people wind up putting on better clothes and better stuff? You want to know what it is? In the last 2 years, it's been a real challenge. It's attending funerals. It's attending funerals. That's for most people. And if you're my age and if your parents are still around, you know there's funerals coming. And that's when we put on our good clothes. Screw that. Today, put on your good clothes. Go wear that watch you've gotten a thing. Go put on those earrings. Ladies, how many of you have earrings that are special occasion earrings? Well, today's a special day. Go put those things on. How many of you, your hair's one particular way. How many of you, if you just did something with your hair, you put your hair up or you put your hair down or you pulled your hair back or you put it in a little scrunchy thing or you put it in with a little clip or something, people would go, oh my God, your hair's different. What did you do? You're like, I didn't do a damn thing. How many of you get away with the thing? I washed it. How many of you say, I washed my hair? Oh my God, you look amazing. You look awesome. You look sexy. You look sexy. What'd you do? I washed my hair. Oh my God, come on. Could you imagine? How many of you have watched the movies from the 30s where they get dressed up to go to the grocery store? They got dressed up to get on the plane. They got dressed up to get on the plane. Have you been here before? Let me ask you. Have you been here before? Hell no. And if any one of you said you did, you're a quantum jumper. Welcome back. You should be teaching. Go start your own call. But if you haven't been here before, this is a place you've never been. Shouldn't you be like freaking dressed to the nines? I promise you. I don't know why this is coming in, but I'm going to say it. Some of you need to hear it. I don't know. That's a bunch of bullshit. None of you need to hear this. How many times do we get away with it? I don't know. I don't know who out there needs to hear it. Nobody needs to hear it. Why are you using that bullshit lines? Well, I don't know if somebody out there needs to hear it. No, I want to say it. I need to hear it. You don't tell anybody somebody out there needs to hear it. No, you need to hear it. Stop putting the blame on somebody else. Stop making somebody else feel like, I don't know out there who needs to hear this. So I need to hear this. So here's what I need to hear. That's probably why I look 10 years younger, because you know what? Your dreams came by the other day. My dreams came by the other day. And they went, oh my God, I don't think he's ready. I don't, that's not the guy we have in the picture. That's not the guy we have in the picture. I don't know who that bastard is, but that ain't him. Oh my gosh. So how many times have your dreams showed up and they looked at the picture that they had? Imagine if you're meeting them for the first time. How many of you are going to meet your dreams for the first time? Everyone! How many of you are going to meet your dreams for the first time? All of you! All of you! Nobody of you have met your dreams. So it's looking at the picture. It's looking at the picture that you used when you were at the event. Remember the event that you were at, that you wrote this down? Imagine you were at the event where you wrote this down, you wrote your dreams down, you came to a training. Oh my God, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And the dream says, oh my God, I see this person. Oh my God, this person is dedicated. They're focused. They're committed. Oh my gosh, look at that. They even wrote out how they're going to do it, what they're going to pay, the price they're going to pay. They had their definite major purpose. And then and they have this soul. I'm getting chills. They have this person who's all lined up, locked up, loaded and ready and dressed to the nines, because when you reach your goals, you're going to change. And then did my voice just crack? I'm 13 going through puberty. So when when the thing happens and all of a sudden they lock in, they load up and the dreams show up, they're trying to find you. They can't even find you because you're pissed off, hidden under the covers till 9 o'clock in the morning going, I don't want to be here. They don't like me. Oh, I'm not making the money. Come on. You got to wake up. You got to get through it. You got to get through it. You want to get through it? It's becoming conscious. And I don't know where the hell that rant just came from, but I liked it. I'm glad I got it out. It's Friday. It's Freedom Day. So fall in love with you. Go to gratitudewithdanny.com. Get signed up. Get signed up. And when you get signed up, here's what I'll do. Here's a promise I'll make for you, that everyone that's here today in this energy, in this state. You don't like it? You don't like it? Attend it. Attend it. Don't miss a day. Don't miss a day for a month. Don't miss a day. Don't miss the exercises. You miss a day, you miss the exercises, but I'll give you your money back. I'll give you your money back. I'll give you your money back. That's how much I know it works. I will take you dragging, kicking and screaming across the finish line. I'm getting a t-shirt made somewhere, somehow, that says, talking to me will get you your dreams, because it's not me, it's you. I unlock you for you to have more of you. So, y'all good? Take a big breath. Take a big breath in. Breathe your healing color of light. Exhale fear and doubt. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. Exhale, 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 exhale. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Listen, I'd probably be doing this to the dogs. I just wouldn't get all of the hearts and the feedbacks and everything. So this makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. And I thank you for that. And I'm grateful for that. So, it's so much fun. You should see the squirrels. They're throwing nuts inside my head. They're just having a blast. And they're with that one where it was a Boogie, the big bear and the deer. The deer is Ashton Kutcher with the broken horn. Animals or something, some kind of, anyways. But it's the squirrels in my head are the Scottish squirrels. What's you doing here? So anyways, it's a lot of fun in my head. So that being said, I do love you. Thank you for making the world a better place. Put your hand on your heart. Put your hand on your heart. Reach out with your other hand and just bring in some joy. Just reach out into the universe somewhere universally. Just bring it in and stack it on. Just leave that hand on your heart for just a second. Breathe it in. Feel that beating. That's you. Friend of mine, good friend of mine, Rhonda Bird Parker, says, if you got a heartbeat, you got a purpose. Feel that. Feel that. Love it. Open season. Yes, that's the funniest thing. Thanks, Ryan. Open season. Don't be coming over here. Throw the nuts. All right. So that's what's running around in my head. Anyway, so breathe. Squirrel. How does this guy get out of bed? How does he make it down the road? I don't know. God watches over me. Talk about having a hand in my life. So here we go. Hand over your heart. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Hand over your heart. I got this. I got this. I got this. You got this. I love you tons. I am your brain training, brain scrambling, brain rewiring misfit to remind you how valuable you are, and you don't need one more thing. Just turn on your gratitude gene and watch your life change. I love you tons. I'm your head brain training misfit. I'll see y'all where? I'll see you at the Proximo event, the next event. Hey, listen, tomorrow, I'm doing the Brian Tracy conversation of do more of something, do less of something, start something and stop something. And we're going to show you why that's so valuable at a conscious level, Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. On Zoom, eventswithsean.com, eventswithsean.com. Join us there. I'll see you. Love you tons. Bye for now. All righty, ladies and gents. I hope you're doing well. Because I keep hitting the 30 years. I'll figure it out.